Why your side hustle is keeping you broke. Meet Tyler. Tyler is 29 years old. He works a 9-to-5 in marketing, makes $58,000 a year, and is completely, absolutely, bone-deep exhausted. Not because of his job, because after his job ends at 5 p.m., Tyler goes home, opens his laptop, and works his side hustle until 11 p.m. He drops ships phone accessories from a supplier in Shenzhen. He runs a Fiverr gig designing logos. He has 12 followers on a faceless finance Instagram account he started 3 months ago because a YouTube video told him it would be passive income within 90 days. Tyler is not lazy. Tyler is not stupid. Tyler is in fact one of the most hardworking people in his friend group. Tyler is also, by every financial metric that actually matters, going nowhere. Because here's the thing nobody tells you when they're selling you the side hustle dream. Busyness and wealth are not the same thing. It might just mean you're running 2 jobs instead of 1 and calling it entrepreneurship to feel better about it. Working 80 hours a week does not mean you're building anything, and I spend way too much time thinking about the mechanisms that keep people financially stuck while making them feel like they're moving forward. If you have ever opened Etsy, Upwork, Dropshipping Academy, anything called a blueprint or a masterclass, hit that subscribe button, because what I'm about to show you is going to reframe every dollar and every hour you've spent chasing the side hustle promise. The hustle culture machine is a beautiful, revenue-generating piece of machinery, and you are not the operator. You are the raw material. Let's start with the numbers, because the numbers are where the illusion falls apart. The average side hustle in the United States earns its owner approximately $810 per month. That sounds decent until you realize that's gross, not net. Factor out self-employment tax, which hits 15.3% right out of the gate, and you're down to about $686. Factor out any materials, subscriptions, platform fees, software, the $297 course you bought to scale, and you're looking at somewhere between $300 and $500 of actual take-home per month for a second job. Now let's talk about what that costs in time. Side hustle owners report spending an average of 12 hours per week on their hustle. That's 48 hours a month. At $400 net, that's $8.33 an hour, which is, let me be precise here, below the federal minimum wage in 1997. You have voluntarily opted into a second job that pays you less per hour than a teenager flipping burgers in 1997. And you are calling this your path to financial freedom. And that's the first crack in the story. Because when you're working your 9-to-5 for $58,000 a year, you're making roughly $28 an hour. Your side hustle is paying you less than 30 cents on the dollar of your actual earning power. You are arbitraging yourself. You are trading your highest value hours, the ones after work when your brain is still functional, for a fraction of what the market already says you're worth. But it gets worse. Here's the structural problem nobody in the side hustle space wants to talk about. Low leverage income. There are 2 types of income you can build. High leverage income scales without you. A software product, a content library that compounds actual equity in a growing asset. These things can earn while you sleep in a non-metaphorical sense. Low leverage income requires your continuous presence. If you stop, it stops. Dropshipping is low leverage. Freelancing is low leverage. Selling handmade candles on Etsy is low leverage. You are not building a business. You are building a second job that has worse hours, worse pay, no benefits, no HR department, and absolutely no one to blame but yourself when it goes sideways. And here's the math that should actually scare you. Let's say Tyler takes the 12 hours a week he spends on his side hustle and instead invests that time into his career. Takes on a high visibility project, gets a certification, builds a network that leads to a job offer. The median pay bump from a job change in Tyler's field is 15 to 20%. On his $58,000 salary, that's $8,700 to $11,600 per year in additional income. That's not $400 a month. That's $725 to $967 a month, guaranteed, taxed as regular income instead of self-employment income, with benefits, with a 401k match, with the social proof that compounds into the next jump. Tyler's side hustle is earning him $400 a month. The career investment he's not making, because he's exhausted from his side hustle, would earn him more than twice that. permanently. The hustle is not supplementing his income. The hustle is actively crowding out the thing that would actually change his life. Which brings us to the machine that profits from all of this. The side hustle industrial complex is one of the most quietly brilliant business models of the last decade. Here is the architecture. You take a person who is financially stressed, ambitious, and slightly desperate. You sell them a dream, not a product, a dream packaged as information. A course, a masterclass, a blueprint, a mentorship. The price point is carefully set at the edge of what they can stretch to afford. $190s, $400s, $997. Not $50, which feels cheap, not $10,000, which feels out of reach. Just enough that buying it feels like a commitment to themselves. The content inside is real enough to feel legitimate. You will learn something. But the content is not the product. The aspiration is the product. And the aspiration never fully delivers, which means there's always the next course, the next level, the next mastermind retreat in Scottsdale, where the hotel alone costs more than a month of side hustle income. In 2023, the online education and creator economy education market, which is just a polite term for courses about how to make money online, was estimated at over $5 billion. Do you know who is generating that $5 billion? It is not the 29-year-old dropshippers. It is the people selling the 29-year-old dropshippers the system for dropshipping. The product is you learning to hustle. The customer is you. The business model is your insecurity plus your ambition plus your credit card. It is perfectly calibrated and it is completely legal. And the psychological hook is genuinely elegant because what hustle culture sells is not just money, it sells identity. When Tyler is doing his side hustle at 11 p.m., he is not just trying to earn $400. He is being the kind of person who doesn't make excuses. He is embodying the narrative of the self-made entrepreneur. He is posting that laptop at midnight photo with the caption, "While they sleep." He has built his self-concept around the hustle itself, which means quitting the hustle isn't just a financial decision, it's an identity crisis. The hustle culture machine has made its users impossible to exit without feeling like a failure. That is not an accident. Here's the historical rhyme nobody is drawing, because it's inconvenient. In the 1990s, multi-level marketing companies perfected this exact model. Sell a dream of financial independence, make the pursuit of the dream the product, create social identity around participation. Let the 95% who don't make money feel like the problem is their effort, not the structure. The difference between MLM in 1994 and hustle culture in 2024 is that hustle culture doesn't even need a product tier. The dream is the tier, and it scales infinitely because there's no inventory. Now let me be precise about something, because I know what you're typing in the comments. I'm not saying all side hustles are worthless. I'm saying most of them are. And the math will tell you which category yours falls into. There are 3 questions. Question 1. Is your hourly rate on this hustle higher than your primary income hourly rate? If not, you are choosing to earn less per hour instead of using that time to command more per hour. That is a financial choice dressed up as ambition. Question 2. Does this compound without your direct labor, or does it die the second you stop? If it dies, you have a job. Call it what it is. Question 3. Is the thing you're building creating a genuine competitive asset, a skill, an audience, a product, a piece of equity? Or are you a cog in someone else's platform that can change its algorithm or fee structure tomorrow and erase 6 months of your work overnight? Because that last one has happened to tens of thousands of people. Etsy changed its fee structure in 2022 and overnight made thousands of small shops unprofitable. TikTok creator fund payouts dropped to a fraction of a cent per view. Amazon wholesale margins compressed to the point where the only people making money were Amazon. These platforms are not your partner. They are your landlord. And they raise the rent whenever they want. The uncomfortable truth is this: hustle culture is not a path to freedom. It is, for the overwhelming majority of its participants, a treadmill running at a slightly different speed than the one they're trying to escape. The people who actually escape, the ones who build real financial independence, are almost never doing it through a side hustle. They're doing it through high-leverage career moves, equity, ownership, and investing the difference. boring, invisible, not photogenic at 11 p.m., and completely, mathematically dominant over grinding an 8-an-hour second job while telling yourself you're building an empire. Tyler's dropshipping business will probably earn him $4,800 this year. Gross. The $997 course he bought to set it up is not tax deductible as he assumed. The 576 hours he spent on it at his market rate of $28 an hour represent $16,128 in opportunity cost. He will net, after everything, a negative return. And next year there will be a new video, a new niche, a new system for the new Tyler to discover. The machine will be waiting. So here's the question I'll leave you with. Is your side hustle paying you for your time? Or are you paying your side's hustle for the feeling of doing something? Drop your actual hourly rate in the comments, the real one, after taxes, after expenses, after the cost of the course you bought to start. Let's see the number. I'll be in the comments reading every single one. Hit subscribe. Share this with the person who's been in build mode for 3 years and still checking their account every morning like the number is about to change. And I'll see you in the next one.